Hello, my family. I greet you. Welcome to another one here on Truth and Love the Church with your brother Joseph, where we speak the truth in love. So we have the person of Apostle Michael Orokpo, and he actually has something to share, concerning serving. And he actually touched on gospel musicians, gospel artists, gospel ministers who charge money before they minister. And he actually said that they are thieves for doing that. Let's listen.
Paul, called to be an apostle of Jesus Christ, through the will of God the Father, and Sosthenes, our brother. That means service in the kingdom is the will of God. So he's called to be a sent one according to the will of God. When a man does not serve, he cannot be in the will of God. You want to be in the will of God, serve. These are kingdom mysteries, and people can't get it. Paul was talking about service, and not just careless service, but service from the heart as the will of God. Ephesians 6 verse 6. It said, not by way of eye service as people pleaser, but as servants of Christ. How are you a servant of Christ? Doing the will of God from the heart. So when a man is serving Christ, he's doing the will of God. If you have to be begged to serve, it means you don't know the will of God. Those who know the will of God, every opportunity to serve, they jump in. But you find baby Christians, they get offended in service and pull out. Ask our fathers who are here that have been Christians for 25 years, 30 years. Those days, if you err, they remove you from service. That's punishment. And people beg to serve. But our generation, tell somebody, pick this knot from the ground. It says 10,000. And even people who are called to serve on the altar, like preachers and music ministers, you invite them. We have a meeting. Please come and help us worship God. My bill is 2 million. You are a thief. And we bring all kinds of crazy justification. I have backup people. I pay staff. If the honor God has given to you has not blessed you enough to pay staff, leave staff. That means you don't have capacity for staff yet. When the ministry grows and is able to, from the place of dignity, cater for staff, it will show. 1 Corinthians 9:18. See the way Paul puts it. I'm talking Bible here. He said, what is my reward then? Verily, when I preach the gospel, I may make the gospel of Christ without charge, that I abuse not the power in the gospel. Every time you tie money to kingdom service, Paul said you have abused the power. No matter the flimsy excuse you give, that's not kingdom. This is what people endanger their lives for. We are asking for money to do it. In Acts of the Apostles 15, 25, 26, the Bible says Paul and Barnabas, men that hazarded their lives for the gospel. I teach the gospel, you sing the gospel. All of us are ministers of the gospel. If you go and you are honored, thank God for it. If you are not honored, wait until God increase honor on your life. I know there are wolves in sheep clothing. I've been duped many times. I've been invited to preach, traveled for days. When you are done preaching, they say, man of God will get back to you. God bless you, I leave. After 1 month, they are still getting back to you. Do the next business and continue. Can they pay you for preaching? If they can pay you for singing, you are a hireling. And when you talk, a corrupt and evil generation, people try to bring justification. Which era? Go and read about those who sang the hymns that we are singing. That's why our song can't last for 10 years. Because they are sponsored by money. The inspiration came from Mammon. Go and look. There are hymns we are singing today that were sung 50 years ago. They are still fresh. Fresh. They came from the oven of the Spirit. Today it's all about money, money, money. Doing all kinds of packaging, building false momentum around ourselves. so that people can give money. It's a shame.
And I actually agree with you, that the people that you minister to or minister for are those who are supposed to bless you, But there are also apostles who charge money. So it's not only gospel musicians. I know of apostles, I can't mention their names, but I know of apostles who actually charge money, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 for them to come and minister. So it's not only for gospel musicians. Let's continue.
When you talk, they say you are collecting tithe and offering.
And this was, he was actually responding, to people like Dr. Damina who say that preachers are stealing money from people due to tithe and offerings and the like.
When you talk, they say you are collecting tithe and offering. You just know their minds are corrupt. People think the administration of the offering is for the man of God. That's what they think. They think tithe is for man of God. Any man of God who touches offering or tithe is a thief. Because the Bible prescribes the administration of these things. It's for missions. It's for the care of the poor, the orphans, and the widows. It's not for the man of God. And then when there are Levites who don't have any work, it can be used for their welfare. I'm a traveling minister and I'm an apostle over this house. My traveling ministry is separate from what I do here. So tithe and offering has nothing to do with my traveling ministry. I've been preaching from Sunday back to back till now. I preach on Sunday evening. Monday, Tuesday, I preached in Takoradi. On Wednesday, I came back to preach at the National Conference of Lawyers. On Thursday, Friday, I was in Jalingo preaching. I just came in from Lagos. I preached Saturday and Sunday morning. I'm preaching Sunday evening. Ask the person who traveled with me. Most of those meetings I rejected on Oradium. They gave me, I said no. When I saw the situation around, I said we are all in the same kingdom. I should sow into what you are doing here. And then you find people, no, don't clap. I'm not saying this to let you know as though I've perfected. I'm just telling you kingdom mindset. And then somebody comes, you think, why do you think we are not powerful in our generation? Influence is lacking. Go and check the days of our fathers. A man can talk and kings can change laws. Today, whole churches gather and do vigil, nothing. Because God can entrust us with power. The fear of God is not there. We are not servants of God. We are servants of Mammon. You want to do the will of God? You must become a servant of Christ. And when you are a servant of Christ, no man can pay you. Your focus is at the end of time. You want to hear one thing. Well done, thou faithful servant. That's all you are looking for. That's your reward for serving. And most of these people are not trained. And that's why I told you about outer court ministers. All the people who do those things, go and check them out. It's jongo, they are singing everywhere for other Christians who don't know God. And God can keep them because, in every family there are more children than adults. It's a burden, my brother. It's a burden. But see, we have a war to take. So we need true servants of God to emerge. Our wars need to carry power again. The church of God is being attacked in different nations. And we don't have the authority to challenge darkness. Servants. Say Paul and Barnabas, men that hazarded their lives for the kingdom. They hazarded their lives. Most of us, we don't even do kingdom. There are nations I've traveled to. Nigeria with our poor currency. You still convert your money to dollars to take there because they need help. When I was going to Pakistan, all our savings, we changed it to dollars. And I gave the man of God, this is the little we can bring. And they need help, you will see it. Is it somebody who is charging for money that God can send to such places? And when I came, I knew what I brought was not enough. I wish I had more. Because you will see the needs of the gospel. Servants of God. You want to do the will of God, you must become a servant of God. This generation that is after quick thing, we don't know God's will. I'm telling you, we don't. And if you truly have a walk, an intimate walk with the Holy Ghost, these are some of the things He will teach you. When He taught me, it was like sweating blood. I'm telling you, if I tell you some stories, you will laugh. It's like sweating. And He's still doing it today. Because God will be checking your heart. You can't serve two masters. You either serve God or mammon. So He will be checking. The moment your heart begins to tilt towards money, He will bring another law. I remembered when I traveled to Italy. I went to Lagos twice to do Schengen visa. I spent almost 600,000. I can't remember the exact figure now. For flight and visa and everything. After visa was done, I had to travel to Lagos, to travel to Amsterdam, to travel to Milan, to drive 4 hours to Torino. I preached there 3 days. Returned to Milan, preached, traveled overnight back to Nigeria. Routed Holland, and from Milan to Holland to Lagos back to Abuja. The man brought euros for me. The moment I was waiting and he was coming from the lift, I was seeing my eyes were open, waiting for lifts to open to collect because there are needs. The Holy Ghost told me, don't touch that money. Don't touch that money. I said from Milan to Holland, 2 hours flight. It was like they shot something into my heart. I had to start praying, Lord, help me, help me. I'm about to have heart failure here. But before you train me, I beg, heal my heart, heal me first. What is going on here? Help me cry. Hey, I was literally feeling heartache. Because my brain had converted euros to naira. And seen the size of the envelope. Oh, help me, help me, help me, help me. Help me, Father. Before everyone, you don't know what we are talking about here. You don't have an idea. You know, when you mature in this thing, it becomes harder. There was a time when I preach, they give me 5,000. When you are now preaching 2 nights and they give you $20,000, if God said don't touch, you will know what I'm saying.
So these are his thoughts, my family. You tell me what you think about this in the comments below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. God bless you.